Good afternoon. Welcome to the Faenza Prize talks. Today we have the pleasure to meet five artists under 35 in conversation with Ranti Tian. Ranti was one of the jurors and he is very well known because he is the director of the European Ceramic World Center in the Netherlands. This institute is an artist in residencies and a center of excellence and is focused on the development of ceramics in visual arts, design and architecture. The residency is also open for composers, writers and other cultural professionals who would like to explore the world of ceramics. Ranti is director since 2010. And before that, he was museum director specialized in contemporary art. So Ranti, thanks for joining us, and the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Claudia. Thank you and also the museum for setting this up. I think it's a great opportunity for artists to present themselves. And in this case, we have three great young artists online. Two artists who are also mentioned, Yu Tanaka and JP, are not online, but we'll show something of them as well. But it's great to have these three, Julia Himmelman, Natasha Ahlers, and Noor Harjanshah in the house. And it will be nice to see what they make and also what they propose for the Faenza Prize. I think we're going to start with Natasha. And later on, we'll go to Julia and to Noor. So let's start with Natasha first. Natasha, I'm not sure if you ever meet, because you also live in the Netherlands, right?
Yes, I live in Amsterdam.
Okay. And
yeah,
I
don't know. I think I've seen you at exhibitions before, but we never meet for real. We only talk through email.
Okay, all right, yeah. Well, for everyone in the world who's watching, the Netherlands is quite a large country. So it's not that strange that we haven't met yet, but it's great that, to have you here, Natasha.
Thank you.
Would you like to show us your work?
Yes, of course. So this work, it's actually an older work. It's for my graduation shows, for my end exam. And I have several works like in this style. And recently I discovered that these works could be maybe the base of the works I'm working on now at the moment. So from this work, I could see it as a sort of starting point. It's human figure on the pedestal. And I made it from different body parts, like body casts, plaster casts, and I worked it together like a sort of collage, made it together like that. And yeah, I don't have a picture in color, but I really like this picture in black and white. But in color, it's like the colors are more like red and more primary colors. Nowadays, I work with much lighter colors and to get a better contrast between the shape of the work and what I try to tell, like sort of like contrasting kind of story or sort of attraction. And this work is, for me, it's a very personal sculpture. I had some problems in the past with my body. I had like, I don't want to go too deep in it, but it is a sort of personal story what I try to tell with this work. So, and it for me is starting point as well.
Right. So this work is not black and white, right? That's just
no,
image.
It's not. Okay. It's not.
Because I know that you use very vivid colors, but we'll see that probably later on.
Yeah. No, it's actually here in my studio. I'm sitting in my studio, but there's a lot of red and yellow, and there's gray and dark gray, and that I can see from here actually. So these more primary and darker colors. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, now we're going to a total different work. This work, it's, yeah, well, as you can see, it got a lot of vivid colors, and it's a wall piece. It was my first tryout for that. I I'm doing painting as well. So what I was trying to do was combine painting with sculpture, so to play with 2D, 3D dimensions. And I made it from very thin clay slabs and pressed it together, and so you get this very like fluid kind of feel. If you see it from a bit closer, well, you can't see it from closer, but it's very, yeah, how do you say it? Liquid kind of feel, but still it's very like a body, but like more like pressed into almost like a painting with dripping glazes and very vivid colors.
How large are they?
Well, they're not very big. They're just like 40 by 50, I think, each.
Okay.
They're very
They
small.
should stand on the floor, or should they hang? Because now it
Well,
looks like they're on the floor.
now they're on the floor, but I did show them at the exhibition, like hanging right now. They're at the exhibition at Rademakers Gallery in Amsterdam, and they're hanging like under each other, like three of them.
Right.
So I do play with this, and I'm working right now on bigger works, like more like painterly, like 100 by 80, that kind of sizes. And I'm working with different techniques now. I'm trying out more like this combination of painting and sculpture, because my glazes are very, well, you can see it in the other works too, very like, I work more like a painter than like a ceramist in a way.
But you're trained as a ceramist at the Rietveld Academy, right?
Yes, it's true. But I always painted next to that. So that was, oil paint was always another love from me. So this is sort of turned, I see.
All right, everyone in the world, please. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, this work is, I applied for the Faenza prize. And here, as you can see, I'm also playing with these 2D, 3D objects. And this could remind people maybe of a sort of tomb kind of thing, like what you see at a cemetery, or I don't know. But it's got less vivid colors, quite dark brown with blue. And I'd also have this very, yeah, bodily feel. And this is actually one piece, but there's another one the same, and I put them with the backs to each other, but I do present them different. This is a nipple vase. I made it from nipple cast. So what I told you is like I'm working with this body cast from, yeah, with plaster molds, press molds. And then at a certain point, I thought like maybe I should sort of work a bit with functional art as well. So I was sort of like finding the borders between sculpture and functional. And I'm also right now still busy with that. At the moment, I'm making a series of 50 nipple vases, also for a Rademakers Gallery. So that's quite interesting to work on that.
What's the reason that you try to go into the field of the functionalist objects? Is it a market issue?
No, it's because I really like. I also made like sitting objects from the. Yeah, maybe we can. I'm in my studio, but do you see a sculpture here?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a very big sculpture here, and you can sit on this work too. So
right.
I really like that people interact with the works as well, so that it's not only a sculpture. I really like that people can touch a work or really can be part of it and get closer to the artist itself. So I think that's for me very important, like that you get a sort of like attracted by the work, and that you with the colors or with the shape, and because it's like very like a body that you become part of it. Mm-hmm. So that's why I think it's for me it was a logical step to work more functional because you can use that, so you get more interaction with it. So yeah, that was mostly reason, and especially like these sitting objects. Your body shape really like shaped to this sculpture, so you really feel like every move you make from it and how you touch it, it's different, and you experience it differently. And I want to sort of like break through this sort of like border of touching or not touching a sculpture to make it more personal, because my work is very personal. So this work, it's called Breast Party. It's well, as you can see, breasts, and I pressed them together. There were like actually really nice breasts from some of my girlfriends, but I made them like more like, you know, this, how do you say it? Vergankelijk. What is vergankelijk?
Not eternal, the other way around.
Yeah.
Temporary. Well.
Yeah, temporary. Yeah, more like you know, when things are sort of like the word is like, yeah, doesn't matter. Well, in time things are changing and the body is changing too, and that's what I sort of try to approach in this work too. But at the same time, it's a celebration of it. Can we both go back to it for a second? Yeah. What I want to say about this work, I made it with like Angope clay, so it's very matte. It's not like a very shiny glaze, but this is actually a model for a work I'm going to make for, I'm working on it now, for Art Zuid, for in Amsterdam. So this is going to be like 2 meters 30. So it's going to be very big. So yeah, that's about that work.
Okay, should we go to the next one?
Yeah. Yeah, this work, I made it last year. It's also quite recent. Most of the works I'm showing actually are quite recent. This is also more, yeah, some people say it reminds them of a bed. And I made it in the period of, well, last year, April, I think. So starting point of this whole COVID. So it was a sort of hint to that, but I don't want to be like become political in a way. So, but it gets this sort of glazes that it's sort of like, the glazes are sort of like getting together. So it's more like small islands on it, and it looks almost like moldy. So a bit moldy, and it's sort of disturbing if you look close by. But I really like to work in architectural shapes too. So that's why I was making this metal frame, this really thin metal frame, to create some space, and playing with the space and the shape, and very tight shapes. Yeah, in combination with a very bodily, soft shape. And this is also really work I prefer that people really like get into it and touch it, and that's very important. Yeah.
Is this the last image you want to show? Ah, another one.
Yeah, that one is also turned. This is a floor piece. It's called Body Square, and it's actually very big. It's 2 meters 10 or something wide, and it's very big. And I made it from body casts too, and I made them together, and it got this very dark, but with iron glaze, with some brown and green. This work, it's very drippy, very bodily, very fluid. It's not very big. It's just like 50 centimeters or something, which is small for me. I prefer to work quite big. So.
Okay, Natasha, I think we slowly have to wrap it up. Are there any other images?
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
I
Well,
don't know.
let's
I
keep it
can't
with.
see it. Oh, there's another one.
Yeah. You really have a large oeuvre. How long ago did you do the art school, the art academy?
I graduated in 2012.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
these are all works from the last 6, 7, 8 years. Yeah.
Well, I have to say this work is also from the first, when I graduated, this piece, which is now at the exhibition as well. And here you can see I work more with the human figure, which I do less. My work became much more abstract. I'm much more focusing on a kind of atmosphere or sort of like feel what you get. It's can like sort of like go under your skin and sort of attraction or like candy or which sort of like attract and push away. That's more what I'm interested in now. But this was also like a starting point for me with like a certain kind of feel. Yeah, a lot of people say like that this work reminds them of Francis Bacon, which I understand because he is a big influence for me, but I don't want to focus too much on these kind of things. So yeah, because I think everyone is like, I want to follow my own path and I don't want to look too much to other works. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for this.
Yeah.
I'm having a look at the questions because everyone who's watching us can also send us some questions in the, I think you call it the live chat. And I think Shirley Shepherd, she thought that the word that we were looking for, transient, for vergankelijk, I think.
Oh yeah, vergankelijk. Yeah, could be, yeah.
All right, okay. Thank you very much. And probably we'll see you later on in the show.
Yes.
And now I would like to go to some images of one of the artists who is not available to be online, who is Yu Tanaka. And she's a Japanese artist born in 1989. And let's see if we have some images of her. That's her. And we tried to, we had some email contact last week. And so she showed us some images. And well, of course, I also understand it's not easy to talk English if it's not your own language. Even for me, it's quite hard to talk in another language. So she prefers just to show her work. And she made these works not with slab building, as you might think, but she made them with the coiling technique. So slowly just building it up. And after that, she smoothens them with a thin layer of clay slip, and then with a brush. And to create this deep yellow, she first applies 2 coatings of pigment before the initial firing, and then repeats the procedure up to 4 times. And then you get these rather beautiful, let's say, vessels wrapped in cloth. And I'm not sure which one of these works is exactly sent in for the Faenza prize, but I think that it touches the idea how Yu Tanaka is working. Beautiful colors. And just a suggestion that they have some vessels inside. Okay, great. Thank you very much. And we have another artist who preferred not to be online, which is GP Raka van Maris. And last week we tried to make a video which was quite hilarious because I do not speak French. GP doesn't speak English. So one of my staff members who speaks French try to translate, but it was also hard to use something like iMovie. It was my first time to try to make a video, and it was really one big mess until Stefania came in. She's from the Faenza Museum, and she just made a very nice, cute little video from 2.5 minutes. And I hope we can see it right now, and then we'll come back to you. So let's have a look at the video of GP.
Donc j'ai fait une formation donc au pavillon Cuvio à Monaco où j'ai appris la céramique donc avec Daphné Corrigan, et ma formation en elle-même, elle était beaucoup plus centrée sur la scénographie, que ce soit la scénographie de spectacle vivant, d'exposition ou la scénographie en général.
La question suivante était quelle partie du processus de la céramique aimez-vous le plus ou appréciez-vous le plus?
Je crois quand je n'ai pas la possibilité de faire la céramique justement, et que du coup je pense à tout mon travail, enfin à tout ce que j'aimerais réaliser en terre, aux gestes que je ferai, à la méthode que j'utiliserai, et enfin quand j'ai la possibilité de faire donc ces dites pièces que je n'ai pas eu l'occasion de faire, et ben du coup ça va très très vite. C'est vraiment ce temps de frustration avant la réalisation qui après peut aller assez vite et m'amener voir vers d'autres directions.
Avez-vous envoyé au concours MEC à la faïence en faïenza?
Pour le concours du Premio Faenza, j'ai envoyé une œuvre que j'ai réalisée donc à Montreuil, car à l'époque je vivais encore à Paris, et je l'ai fait. Donc c'était un travail en fait qui est à l'origine de l'évolution de mon travail. Je travaille beaucoup sur la figure du monstre, la figure du masque, issu donc autant du début du siècle avec l'Art Nouveau, mais aussi avec des influences beaucoup plus contemporaines comme le manga, le fantastique ou la littérature contemporaine. Je sais pas, je pense à Lovecraft par exemple. Et du coup, cette pièce a été à Lovecraft, l'écrivain de. Et du coup, cette pièce a été réalisée. C'est vraiment une pièce charnière en fait du passage au grand format entre guillemets pour ce travail d'images.
Yes, great. Well, Stefania, thank you very much. And it's so nice to just have see a glimpse of GP. And I think it makes me curious to see him in person. Well, now we're going to Indonesia, right? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry about my connection. Selamat malam.
Right. Selamat malam. Do I have to say Noor or Dian? What is the right?
You can call me Dian, but my name is Nur Hardiansa. You can call me Dian.
All right, okay. Well, actually, as you can see from my name, Ranti, I'm also from Indonesia. But yes,
about that.
But saya tidak bicara bahasa Indonesia, tidak bisa.
Oh. Selamat
malam. Yeah. I was just explaining to Dian that I do not speak Indonesian, although I had lessons. But it's also really great to meet an Indonesian ceramic artist. And this is one of the accomplishments of the digital media. And I know it's already quite late in Indonesia, right?
Yes, it's 10 p.m. now, maybe 10:30.
Right, yes. So I hope there are also many Indonesians watching.
Yeah, I've already informed my friends. I hope they will watch it now.
Cool, yes. You also are one of the nominees for the Faenza Prize, and you send in some great work. Shall we have a look at yes, oh, great. Please, Dian, would you like to tell us something, what you're doing here and what you are doing?
Okay. I hope it will not take a long time. Okay, I will start. This is my first artwork in this presentation. This work is I made it in Korea at 2012 while I'm doing the residence and sculpture symposium in Korea. Is for 3 months. I made it in there, and I attend this make a model and from the start until finish uh, at the Korean. So this work is you can see about the hand. Maybe you can hang it. Maybe the oh no not maybe it's sure is 23 hand. 21 hand is earthenware with earthenware. Is is about my hand to reach the hope and praying, and two more hand is like a silver or aluminum color is my parents. So my age at that time is 21 and my parents is 2, and so 23 hands. And about the trees is about the hope and the way to reach my hope and dream. It's like that. It's like how to reach a dream through art. It's like that, about story about like that.
Very nice. Yeah. Did you plant a tree yourself?
This is the trees is I make a molding from trees, the real trees, and make a molding to, and the material is aluminium, just earthenware. Just the hand is ceramic, is earthenware.
Okay. Even the tree looks like some kind of real birch, but it's beautiful. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. This is the symposium. Maybe this is the process. I'm still young, 21. So next, yeah, this is the next work is from 2016. Is after maybe about 3 years later, after the symposium. This is I'm displaying this work in the ceramic solo exhibition, my first ceramic solo exhibition at 2016. This work is about dissociative identity disorder. It's more like, how to say, it's like you have several personality in your mind and your body, but you didn't realize. So I have 7 pieces with different surface. Yes, because I think in my perception, I'm growing up, but every age I have a different character and doing the grown up, and maybe now after I get I'm adult, so this is my fixed personality. It's like that. It's more like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe next. Yeah, this is the process of the ID making process. I'm doing the experiment, but the firing is with I'm using electric kiln.
All right.
Next.
Dion, this electric kiln. Where do you? Yes, it is. You own your own kiln, or is it at the art school, or?
I'm rent some studio. It's like school, right? But I'm rent the space and rent the kiln.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. This is work is the title is Little Bit Habit. Same with in my solo exhibition too. Maybe you can next to. Yes, this is the entire display for this work is like my experiment work with the different clay, different color clay, and different firing temperature. Is from 900 degrees Celsius until 150 degrees Celsius. So the clay have so many different color just with 4 different clay.
Is it Indonesian clay?
Yes, it is just only Indonesian clay. It's more like experiment. Also, the next is the title is story. The material is China porcelain, and I'm doing the mixed media with another material, another tools. So this is like more experimental and some maybe new art now, but I didn't know. So I am using LED LED lighting and with display, and so I'm every object I'm response the place. So the display is like different. You can see I can put on the wall, I can put on the bottom. So this work is more like site specific object category. So you can anytime, anywhere, any kind of space, I can display it anywhere. It's like that.
And what do I see? It is a little pot with sticks of clay.
Yeah, yes, yeah. The big one on the top is clay. The clay, the foam for the clay is like I'm using China porcelain, and the concept is like I'm pick some design from anemone and jellyfish that can glow in the dark. It's like that. Next. Yeah, this is the all of the display from many sides. Okay, for the next one is intimation or imitation. It's like a same mixed media. I'm doing the experiment with another material, but this work is more like critics for people who using social media. It's like if you really yourself in the social media or just plastic or just another persona, because this is my worry about so many people who using social media now. Is like they didn't like the real person in real life, but they have different persona in they social media life. Is like that. Yeah. Next, maybe you can see the detail of my work. Yeah, this is every piece have different.
Can we go back, please? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and I'm using the mirror for the reflection of the social media and real life, but the language is Indonesian.
But what does it mean? Because like up there, I see KNPA HMBA.
Yeah, because in social media in Indonesia is like every person in here using social media always use not full
short words.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, next. Yeah, this is all of my last work. From 2016 is the preparation for my solo exhibition at 2016 at Greenhouse Boutique Hotel. So this is the preparation.
Sorry, in which city? In Jakarta or Yogyakarta?
In Yogyakarta. Yeah, Greenhouse is sustainable green hotel, the best green hotel from 2013 until 2017. Next. So for this exhibition is like because the place is have green concept, so I want to put green concept too in my work, and display is more like site specific category object, so I can put anywhere, any kind of surface, so I can respond my work is like that. So the theme is pilgrimage, the pilgrimage to the earth is like that. Yeah, and I want to show you some my commission artwork project. Next.
Okay.
Yeah, this is same too. My commission, I'm working together with the curator and a designer from this hotel to realize this concept. This is a little bit rain. It's like more like rainy in tropical island. It's like that. Okay, next, and this is my work, and my commission work with another artist from Yogyakarta. I made it to cover the surface of gallery. The red color is the material is sponge, and the red leather, synthetic leather, but the dots white one is ceramic. So I mix it with I mix it with another material. So I make installation and commission work is like that.
Oh, yeah.
Just concept is just for exhibition is like that. And the last commission work is display from have been displayed at Gaya Cosmo Hotel in Yogyakarta too. I working together with architect from this hotel too, and they display from 2017 until 2020. Yeah, that's all of my commission work. So now is my current artwork in Faenza.
Yes.
Nice. Maybe Mr. Rantijan have seen my work. This title is and Love. It's about story about the love of people who wanna live in utopic island or utopic world where every people didn't have to doing the racist war, or we just wanna live in in peace world. It's like that. The loop is like circle of life, and love is we wanna love about life, and we wanna love each other. Is the concept is about like human relationship. It's just like that.
And just a typical ceramic question: did you throw these by yourself?
Yes.
Did you make them on a pottery wheel?
I make a molding by myself,
yes.
but another shape to make it so many, because so many time you should make. So I make a molding after that.
Okay, all right. And how did you pick up your glazes?
This actually from 2014, I'm learning about clay, about coloring clay. So the glaze is just the clear one, the clear glaze, but the clay is have a color. So I put the color in the clay, is like that. So so I experiment with temperature with the clay, so I can reach what kind of color I need. This is just for my work, not another piece. Just in my work, you can see this color.
And like this, is it also on sale, or is it just one edition?
This is for the material. Sorry.
Yes. Do you have this as an edition, or can you also?
For the material, I just doing for my work. But if I sell it, so I should make maybe not just special one, but for the how to say, it's like for the mass product. But for my work, for my work.
Okay. Well, it looks great and very bright colors.
Yeah.
And I also like it in combination with the title. It gives some good spirit, I think.
Yeah.
Dian, terima kasih. Terima kasih banyak.
Yeah, sama-sama. Sorry, I'll take a long time.
No, it's good. I think it's very interesting to meet you and to see your work, and also to see some of the conditions, how you deal and what you do with being a ceramic artist in Yogyakarta.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I think we'll see you later on in the show. And
Yep.
I would like to ask Julia to come up. Ah, there you are. That's good. Sometimes you see a flash in my room. That's because I have automatic light. If I don't move enough, the light goes off. And then suddenly, if I see something, it turns on again. So welcome in the show, Julia. Well, I think we just should start and see your work before we start talking about it. And I'm afraid that you're on mute. Stefania, can you free Julia?
Don't hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
All right. Okay.
Okay. First of all, I just want to give a short introduction about my person. So I live and work in Halle in Germany, where I studied fine art until 2018. And before I studied fine art in the ceramic class, I did a scholarship as a potter or ceramist. So I really spent a lot of time with this material. I think since 2007 now, working with clay and try to find out what this material leads me to which kind of ideas. So, yeah. So let's start with a presentation. I think this photo shows very well how I try to reflect the ceramic tradition and its use for function and also decoration. Yeah, and when I started working with clay as a young woman, I always was fascinated how fast there is this association of ceramic as a sensual and somehow erotic material. When I told people that I'm a ceramist, often particular men often came up with this association of Demi Moore throwing on a wheel. Perhaps you know this particular scene in this film. So I was wondering why there's this connection between sensuality and erotic and the ceramic material. So I started a research about desire itself and to try to find out a connection between the material and human being or human interpretation of the material. So, and I think on the one hand, there are these properties of the material you have, which are, you have this slippy and muddy experience if you're working with clay. So for fact, that's sensual somehow. And on the other hand, you have this cultural and somehow sexual determination to understand clay. So I put these things together and work on to find or to create a intimate moment of association. So next, please.
And Julia, I think the title of the exhibition, I just can read, "It will never be good again."
It will never be good again, yes. So
Seriously?
That's the point of desire. You want some, but
it will never be good again.
It will never be good again.
All right.
So here you see a work group which is called "Where Is My Head?" These are small scale sculptures. Yes, and doing these sculptures or objects, I were really enjoying playing with clay again and to have this direct reflection of the material. And after firing them and glazing them, I think they still offer you something to find out the inner use they have or to handle it. So, and another fact about this piece is here I started to mix materials. So the piece you can see in the middle is coated by a slappy balloon. Mm-hmm. So I was doing this because I always feel like glaze is hiding the clay, and I wanted to reflect this situation, just to have the clay and putting something on it, just hiding it. So yeah. Next, please. This one on the left hand, you see "It Will Never Be Good Again." It's the piece which gave its title to the exhibition you saw before. Yeah, and on the right hand you see clamp. Yeah, and I may just leave you with your associations to these pieces.
Can only go one way. Yeah, all right.
Next, please. Yeah, these also small scale sculptures, they are called mountains, hoods, and hills. Yeah, and there's somehow the idea to turn a vessel the other way around. So if you have a vessel, or in particular a bowl, it's always presenting something, opening to space. So I wanted to create a vessel which is hiding the content or covering it. Yeah, and seeing how the content makes the tension of the form.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
How
So
large
and somehow
are
it's an ironic interpretation of a vase or a vessel somehow.
they? Yeah, you really turn it around. Yeah. How large are they? I can't.
They are really small. They're like 5 up to 15 centimeters or something.
Almost like
So,
miniatures.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next, please. This one is Golden Goose, and it's not a small scale sculpture. I think it's about 60 centimeters or something. Yeah, and it's also kind of interpretation of a vessel on the one hand. Yeah, but on the other hand, I wanted to show this moment of desiring desire. So I thought, like, putting art on pedestal, you always make this, you open a special place, you you somehow want to declaim it as special. So that's the point of the inner desire to declaim something as special. I interpreted it as the desire to desire. So yeah. Yeah, next please. This one is Swelling. It's a work group showing in a shelf. Yeah, and it's also somehow reflecting putting this action of putting art on a pedestal. And in this installation, I just wanted to put it more to everyday life. And yeah, my personal association I have, if I look this, is like having a long and lazy day at work in the office and feeling the inner tension swelling and really getting tired somehow, want to do something you really want to do. So that's my personal association I have with this work. Yeah, this one is called Hood, and yeah, it's also an interpretation of a vessel and reflecting the process of covering clay with a glaze. So yeah.
Because it's glass or glaze?
No, it's not a glass, it's a plastic coating.
All right, okay. So you put a plastic coating around it.
Yep. So next, please. This installation is called Pause, and it's the whole installation consists of clay or stoneware. So all 3 pieces I fired. Yeah, and it's somehow about the desire to experience an uplifting moment, to uncover the unknown, and to somehow reach for the intangible on the one hand, and on the other hand, because it's a simulation of function in this piece, you're somehow backcoupling to your own desire because you can't even handle it. It's a visual experience of art, so you can't really reach this uplifting moment. That's my interpretation of it. Yeah, next, please. This installation is called "The Moon as a Whole." This installation takes the idea of desire further in space. And I do really like this moment, creating this movement from the Earth to the off or to the somewhere. For me, I understood desire somehow as a digress of something, to leave one point to go to an unknown point. So yeah, I think this form of the ramp, it's a good way to show how there's the wish to go further in space, to leave the singularity or the present of everyday life. Yeah. Next, please. This is a close-up from this installation view, and here you see on the left hand sausage, and in the middle phallus and soap. And I think this picture shows very well how I try to create a nearly perfect surface, but already want to leave fingerprints on there. All these pieces are built out of coils. So they and after coiling, I create a smooth surface. And there's a funny fact. In Germany, we call this coiling technique Wurstaufbautechnik. That means somehow sausage building technique. So I had a lot of fun creating these sausage forms out of this sausage coiling.
Right,
technique.
yes.
Yeah, next please. This picture shows the moon as a whole in the interior of a gallery. And actually this installation was created for the outside. And now I'm really glad that I had this experience to show it in the interior, because it somehow creates this back coupling of rooms. So you have the shape from the ramp in the room, and it's somehow creating a movement from here to somewhere. But you can't go anywhere because there are walls and the ceiling, and so you have this this funny moment to desire to do something, but just back coupling to yourself. So that's for me a good point of this work. Next, please. This picture shows the piece which was chosen for the Faenza Prize. You see Wurst on the left. It's called sausage in English, and it's building a couple with Senf, which is called mustard in English. And I think this picture shows very well how I try to create an interaction between the objects I created, and on the one hand, and on the other hand, just to leave there alone in their singularity in room. So for me, that's somehow the point of desire, experiencing as a collective moment. So it's not only experienced in the singularity, it's also a connecting movement between the pieces. So yeah. Next, please. Here you see Wurst in its singularity, tending itself to the wall. And it somehow seems it's looking for something to relate to, and have this lazy moment of desiring, wanting something, but not so forced, maybe. Next picture, please. And as I told before, in my artwork, I do like to cover the ceramic material on the one hand, and to present it on the other hand. So this piece is cold painted to cover the materiality of clay on the one hand, and on the other hand, there's this sudden crack created you see in the lower. So which makes the material
visible.
Visible. Yeah. Thank you.
Julia, I have a very interesting question from Julie Schwartz from New York. By the way, Julie, great that you are watching. It's early in the morning. Julie Schwartz, she asked, Julia, do you consider yourself more of an installation artist using clay or a clay artist doing installations? In other words, your sense of space and installation is beautiful. So I wonder how important the clay is to the feeling and success of the movement of the space.
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you for that. I think it's. I feel like both of it. So my starting point is the material, and to have this direct reflection with the material it's a good starting point for me to have a resonance. So I think that's the point of starting doing art. And this resonance, I really like to take it further in space, so it's somehow connected. I think installation for me, it's a good way to experience room, but at the same time, I really like to do these small scale sculptures, to have this direct resonance with clay. So I think it's both of it.
Okay. Well, Julia, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great presentation as well. And maybe it's a nice moment to see if we can get everyone back on the screen again, especially Claudia. Let's see if, there you go. You're still there, Noor. Great. Dion, Claudia. Natasha, wake up. Thank you. And I'm afraid
we missed one.
Yes. Let's see if
probably there is a problem of connection. So Ranti, it was great to see all of these beautiful and different experiences in clay, because we had the connection with green architecture, sensuality, literature, big scale, miniatures, and the involvement of the public. So it was a perfect combination of different possibilities with clay. What do you think?
Well, for me, it was great to see all these different views of working with this strange and great material, and a real pleasure to talk with Julia, Natasha, and with Dion. And I do hope that our viewers also like this conversation. And it's also great that there are some reactions. There are quite some people from Indonesia saying hello to you, Dion, I think.
Hello. Hello, Mr.
Yes, so it was a good opportunity, yes, to see your works, and so thank you very much for this possibility and sharing your experiences, your production, and I hope that you are working with a great scale and a great project for this future, and this situation don't stop you, but give you more ideas and more possibilities of producing and images of work, and hope that will be in presence very, very, very soon. And yes, time is elapsing, as I have to say, and I can thank you all. Thank you, Ranti, for coordinating this appointment. And my invitation is for next Thursday, when we will have Judith Schwartz in conversation with Sofia Becca, Nicola Boccini, Antonella Cimatti, Tommaso Corvimora and Victoria Marotti. So it will be another appointment, another conversation with a very different artists, and it is a great opportunity to meet them in this very big community. So thank you very much for your presence, and of course stay tuned. And if you didn't see and didn't have the opportunity to watch the other talks, of course they are online on our YouTube channel Make Faenza. So thank you very much. Bye bye.